Artemis II was a triumph, but it just triggered a massive crisis for NASA. While the world celebrated, NASA was quietly flipping the script on our return to the moon. The mission was perfect, so why did NASA just cancel the Artemis III landing? The dream of walking on the moon again has been replaced by a high-stakes 14-tanker gamble. SpaceX is no longer just a partner, they are now the only thing standing between NASA and total failure. In a move that stunned the industry, NASA held a midnight press conference to rewrite the Artemis timeline. The moon landing is officially off the table for 2026. Artemis III has been stripped of its boots-on-the-ground goal. Instead, NASA is betting everything on a high-stakes dress rehearsal, putting SpaceX's Starship in the ultimate hot seat. Starship is being transformed from a simple lander into an orbital survival lab. If this floating laboratory fails, the entire Artemis program might never leave Earth's orbit. This strategy isn't new. NASA is dusting off a high-stakes playbook from the 1960s. Before Apollo 11 went to the moon, Apollo 9 tested its lunar module in the safety of Earth orbit. A lunar landing is a logistical nightmare with zero room for error. By keeping Artemis III in Earth orbit, NASA can stress test every bolt, sensor, and line of code in a safer environment before committing to the deep space abyss. Low Earth orbit provides the ideal proving ground to validate these systems before heading to deep space. This new mission is set for mid-2027 and is a full dress rehearsal. It will also be the first time astronauts interact with a commercial lunar lander in space. The mission will verify that all the pieces to the puzzle can connect and work together. This is the ultimate trial by fire for the tech and the teams before we bet lives on a lunar landing. During Artemis III, the Orion capsule will launch with its crew. It will then perform a rendezvous in orbit. The target will be a SpaceX Starship HLS. Docking Orion to the skyscraper-sized Starship will be a high-stakes celestial dance that's never been attempted. For the first time in history, humans will cross the threshold from a government capsule into a private lunar lander. This isn't just a visit, they'll live inside Starship, pushing its life support systems to the limit to ensure it can keep them alive on the moon. They'll also break in Axiom's next-gen spacesuits, verifying that these high-tech threads can handle the brutal reality of the lunar environment. Starship is an absolute behemoth, dwarfing the Apollo landers of the past. But that massive size comes with a fatal, inescapable flaw. It's too heavy to reach the moon with a full tank. The solution? An unprecedented high-wire act of orbital logistics. SpaceX is tasked with building a floating gas station in low Earth orbit. First, they must launch a massive propellant depot into the cold vacuum of space. Then comes a relentless armada of tanker starships. They will dock, pump, and detach one by one, transferring super-chilled fuel. So, how many flights does this actually take? NASA admits we are looking at a bare minimum of 14 launches, maybe up to 19, and they have to do it fast, because the cryogenic fuel boils off into space, creating a high-speed relay race against the clock. Perfectly executing dozens of automated dockings and pumping hundreds of tons of explosive fluid in orbit has never been done. Make no mistake, this 14-tanker gamble is the real bottleneck of the entire Artemis program. With the groundwork laid by Artemis III, Artemis IV is now slated to be the first human lunar landing since 1972. Targeted for 2028, this mission will shatter a half-century drought of boots on the moon. 2 astronauts won't just be descending in a tiny metal can. They'll be riding down in the Starship HLS. Forget the cramped single-use Apollo lunar module. Starship is a literal skyscraper landing on another world. Towering 50 meters tall, it's packing over 100 tons of cargo, enough for massive rovers and entire habitat modules. Inside, it's a full-blown orbital base, complete with private quarters, a galley, and a state-of-the-art science lab. When it's time to step outside, a massive elevator will lower the crew directly onto the alien dirt. But they aren't heading to the safe, flat plains of the Apollo era. Starship is aiming for the treacherous, uncharted shadows of the Lunar South Pole. Would you ride an elevator down a 15-story rocket to step onto the moon? Let me know in the comments below. Stepping off that elevator means entering a completely alien world, the Lunar South Pole. This isn't the familiar dusty gray plains of the Apollo missions. It's a jagged, terrifying landscape of blinding peaks and craters that have been pitched in absolute black for billions of years. But hidden inside that eternal darkness is the ultimate prize: massive deposits of ancient water ice. That ice isn't just for drinking, it's the key to survival. By splitting water into hydrogen and oxygen, Those frozen craters become the most valuable gas stations in the solar system. For a grueling week, the two astronauts will use Starship as their high-tech base camp. They will suit up and plunge into the freezing shadows, broadcasting live HD video to a watching Earth. Their mission: haul back ancient rock samples and map out exactly where the purest ice is hiding. But every step in those pitch-black craters is a massive risk. They'll rely on next-gen headlamps and advanced life support just to survive the freezing, rugged terrain. This isn't just a science trip, it's a scouting mission for humanity's future. We are shifting from just visiting the moon to figuring out exactly how to stay. This isn't just about the moon, it's a high-stakes stress test for SpaceX's ultimate goal, Mars. If we can master the 14-tanker refueling gamble, the entire solar system finally opens up to us. We are watching the birth of a permanent orbital infrastructure that makes deep space travel routine. The Lunar South Pole is our proving ground, where we'll learn to harvest resources and survive the lunar night. But everything hinges on three miracles: the dress rehearsal, the refueling, and sticking the landing. We are shifting from being cosmic visitors to becoming permanent lunar residents. This roadmap isn't just a plan for NASA, it's the bridge to a multi-planetary future for humanity. The era of one small step is over. We are now preparing for one giant stay. What do you think? Is the 14-tanker plan a brilliant shortcut or a recipe for disaster? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. If you love the future of space tech, subscribe to NeuralByte so you never miss a video.